History of Mikimoto Pearls. Japanese businessman Kokichi Mikimoto. Japanese Hepburn Mikimoto Kokichi. He is credited with developing the first cultured pearl and with the founding of his luxury pearl firm Mikimoto, launching the cultured pearl industry. Imperial decree admitted him into the House of Peers, and he was posthumously given the Grand Cordon of the Order of the Sacred Treasure. The Japan Patent Office named him one of the 10 Japanese great inventors on April 18, 1985. Women's Wear Daily magazine named the firm one of the most opulent brands in the world, and Nihon Keizai Shimbun named Mikimoto one of the greatest Japanese business leaders of the 20th century. He is furthermore credited with founding Mikimoto Pharmaceuticals, a business that specializes in pearl calcium-containing cosmetics. Named after him is Mikimoto Pearl Island. Furthermore, his copyrighted work is acknowledged in the Phoenix Mikimoto crown worn by Miss Universe winners and the pageant crown worn by Miss International. Mikimoto was born on January 25, 1858. The father of Mikimoto was the proprietor of an udon store. At 11 years old, Mikimoto's father became sick. At 13, Mikimoto dropped out of school to work as a vegetable seller. His interest in pearls began when he was a little boy and saw the Issei pearl divers unloading their wealth at the beach. Judged a pearl exhibition in 1878, Mikimoto, then 20 years old, became aware of the many defects in pearls. Mikimoto started looking for the creation of the ideal pearl after that. Mikimoto started looking for a new way to make pearls while serving as head of the Shima Marine Products Improvement Association. By now, the supply of pearls was much less than the demand, so an attempt to save the oysters was being discussed. Together with his wife and associate Ume Mikimoto, he secured a loan in 1888 to launch his first pearl oyster farm in the Shinmei Inlet, Anago Bay in Mie Prefecture. After several setbacks and almost bankruptcy, on July 11, 1893, he succeeded in producing the hemispherical cultivated pearls. Mother of pearl was used to seed the oyster in a small quantity to create the pearls. Though this was a significant discovery, public misunderstanding first made it difficult to market his cultivated pearls. Mikimoto opened a jewelry store in Ginza to boost sales, where he could have staff members educate customers about the characteristics of the cultivated pearls. He started an export company in 1897 after introducing these pearls at a marine goods show in Norway, but it took him another 12 years to produce perfectly spherical pearls that were as good as the best natural pearls, and economically viable harvests weren't reached until the 1920s. Meeting Mikimoto. In 1927, inventor Thomas Edison was astounded by his cultivated pearls since they were supposed to be biologically impossible. Mikimoto was unaware that government biologist Tokichi Nishikawa and carpenter Tatsuhei Misei had both traveled to Australia and had studied the technique of producing spherical pearls from British marine biologist William Saville Kent, who had said that putting a piece of oyster epithelial membrane, the lip of mantle tissue with a nucleus of metal or shell into an oyster's body or mantle causes the tissue to form a pearl sac. Nacre produced by the sac covers the nucleus to form a pearl. This grafting needle won a patent for Mies in 1907. Nishikawa discovered Mies had already received a patent when he applied that same year. The couple came to an agreement to work together and dubbed their findings the Mies-Nishikawa method. Mikimoto possessed 2 patents, a 1908 one for cultivating in mantle tissue and an 1896 one for creating hemispherical pearls, or MAPEs. But he was unable to use the Mies-Nishikawa technique without having his own patents revoked. Then, in 1916, Mikimoto changed his patent application to include a method for creating spherical pearls in mantle tissue. Still, this approach proved unprofitable. When Mikimoto did eventually decide to use Nishikawa's techniques after 1916, his company started to grow quickly, the 54th Miss Universe in 2005, adorned with the prestigious Mikimoto crown. Following 1916, the new technique allowed Japan's cultured pearl business to grow rapidly. By 1935, the country had 350 pearl farms, producing 10 million cultured pearls a year. Natural seed pearls and half-round pearls were sold in the first Mikimoto Pearl store, which opened in the posh Ginza neighborhood of Tokyo in 1899. Opening outlets in London in 1913, the Mikimoto Company grew abroad. Oversupply problems and falling pricing for Japanese cultivated pearls beset the Japanese pearl business by 1935. To offset declining pricing, Mikimoto marketed Japanese pearls in the US and Europe. To build a reputation that the Mikimoto firm exclusively offered premium cultivated pearls, he publicly burned tons of inferior pearls. After opening outlets after World War II, Mikimoto became one of the first Japanese brands to become well-known and present abroad. Despite contradicting scientific studies, Mikimoto had to continually refute claims that his pearls were simply imitations of actual pearls. Mikimoto participated at the 1926 Philadelphia World Exposition and used every chance to personally sell his pearls. He showed a pearl-covered copy of the Liberty Bell there. Under the Miss Universe organization, Mikimoto was the official jeweler of the pageants Miss USA 2003-2008, Miss Universe 2002, 2007, and 2017, 2019, and Miss Teen USA 2002-2008. The company's projected overall revenues in 2023 were $192 million. For Princess Kako of Akishino's 20th birthday in June 2013, Mikimoto was selected to create a 5-piece parure, costing 30 million yens JPY $279,000, including a brooch, necklace, earrings, bracelet, and the state diadem. The magnificent tiara has Japanese national emblems along with a flowery design. Ume was Mikimoto's wife and his collaborator in the Cultivated Pearl project. The 5 kids of Mikimoto are Ryuzo, the son, Yo, Mine, Ai, and Rui, the oldest daughter. At 96 years old, Mikimoto passed away on September 21, 1954. The museum in Toba, Japan, Mikimoto Pearl Island Memorial Hall has personal mementos of Mikimoto. Mikimoto jewelry may be purchased at NY Elizabeth in 2 ways. Mikimoto jewelry is continually sourced for our auctions and buy now marketplace, where Mikimoto jewelry is accessible for instant purchase. Look back often, as rare Mikimoto jewelry sells out fast and the variety changes. Nariel Gino Yazdinian,